So I'm here at Coombe Abbey. I'm going to do a little bit of layering using masks. And there'll be two of me, one of the wife. I'm using the Z6 here, the Z62. This is the camera I'll be shooting, and I'm shooting this on the Pocket2. And I'm using the Rode lapel mic with a wireless system in my back pocket. So this is what it sounds like. And this is Coombe Abbey, and this is the setup. So if I just take a photograph of the setup, as you can see, Coombe Abbey is behind me. So I'll get ahead and I'll get setting it all up. So if we look here at the back of the camera, you can see the histogram is over to the right. It's not completely out the right, so we're not losing the highlight detail. And I rather suspect that most of this is the sky detail. And so I'm currently at 1/25 of a second, f11, 100 ISO. So this is the first shot. So I can look at the exposure shout where it turns out using self-timer. And this is what it looks like this. Okay, so this time I'm going to add myself. Okay, so I'm going to walk into the scene, lean against the pillar, look a bit disgruntled, put my hands out and say, why not me? Okay, so what I've gone and done is I've got Helen in the middle, or we took a photograph of Helen, and then I've got down on one knee and I've been begging for my dinner or something. So that's me on the side, and then I've had a couple of shots here, and I've had a couple of shots here. We've kept the camera on a tripod. So I'm now going to take it back into the office and edit them, and then what we're going to do then, we're going to blend them in post, and we're going to mask this one in, or we're going to mask that one, whichever is the best. So we get back to the office and we'll have a look, see how that goes. So this was the location. This was the little stone hut opposite the Coombe Abbey, and if I just show you around the area here, you can see that where we actually were was on the river, and if I turn it all the way around, you'll probably come and see my camera, which is there, and there's Coombe Abbey. So that was the location. So I found this little tree, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a little composite shot here. I'm going to use layers. I'm going to use a tennis racket, and I'm going to play tennis from this side, and then I'm going to transfer and play tennis from this side. The wife has got a flash, and she's going to be firing the flash. So she's going to hold the flash and fire the flash. We're using the Z62, so we've got the Z62 on there now, and we're going to take the shots and we'll have a quick go and see how it goes, and then we'll get back to you. But now, okay, so now what we're going to do now, we've successfully, I think, we've took some photographs of me playing tennis there, me playing tennis here, but what we need now, we need the ball. So Alan's going to throw the ball, and I'm going to try and capture the ball in several places, and we're going to try and use the best one if we can get some. So this is how it's going to go, something like this. Go. Too high. And again, go. That could have done it. So I don't know which one I'm going to use, if any, at the minute. Okay, and again then, go. Okay, so we've had several attempts now at catching the ball. Been using the Godex 860 V2 and using the Godex trigger, and we've done some high balls, some low balls. We're going to take it back to the computer now and see what we've got. I don't know if you can hear, it's very, very windy. I've actually got a dead cat on ear microphone with a dead cat on ear, so it should cut the wind noise down. This is a Rode lavalier mic plugged into a DJI wireless system microphone. So that was the tennis shot. So we've been up Coombe Abbey. We've done a couple of experiments here where we got to use layers to blend them in and blend them out. So I'm going to go back into the computer now and see what we've got. Okay, so here we are back into Lightroom. We did two separate little shots. The first one we did was of me serving the ball over the tree. Second shot from there would be me returning the ball, and as you can see here on the right hand side, here's Helen holding the flash, which was a Godex 860 version 2. She did this on every shot to fill in a little bit with a flash. And again, the next shot here is Helen throwing the tennis ball, and this is sort of the final shot. So that was the first set of images we did. Second set of images was this. We got Helen stood in this stone building on Coombe Abbey, and then of course I got down on one knee for a shot, and there's me on the right hand side saying more or less, why not me? And it's these shots here, these are the shots here, this one and this one. So there's two shots here we're going to blend. So we're going to take them now into Photoshop. So here we are back into Photoshop, and I brought both those images in and they're both into the same stack here. So I'm going to check that they're both lined up and that the tripod didn't move. So I'll just turn the top layer off, and as you can clearly see, there's a little bit of movement on the tripod. Well, that's no problem. We're going to highlight them both, and we're going to go into Edit, come down to Auto Inline and Auto Inline them. So that'll just take a couple of seconds, and I don't know if you saw that, but just the flick back into line. I'll turn the top layer back off now just to check. So they're lovely lined up again now, so there's no movement on them. So what we're going to do now is go into the top stack here and create a layer mask. The layer mask is now in there, so we're going to go over to my eraser tool and go into the razor tool and make sure the forecolor is white. And I'm going to start painting in this area here. So if I click on here, I will start appearing. So I'm going to click here, just do a few clicks around me and just click away till I'm in, basically. So I'll click in there and make sure I'm fully in and left no spaces or gaps like there. Okay, so that's lovely. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, while I've got my razor brush on, I'm just going to go into the opacity there and just take it down to about 25-30% along them lines. I'm just going to go around here and just paint in this area and try and blend that area in a little bit better, so it's not so dark edged. Just a couple of clicks here to blend that in. And I think we've got it there. So there you are. So that's it done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into the cropping tool. I'm just going to crop it in. I've got it at 4:3. I'm just going to take it in to get rid of them dead pixels. Take it in there. So if I just move it around to what I'm happy with. Yeah, I think around there is good for me. So yeah, I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to double tap there. So there we have it. So it's as simple as that. Bring your two images in, line them up, create a layer mask here, pick your eraser tool up, and then go around and just make sure your foreground colour is on white, and just click away and bring them in. Clean the edges up, and there you've got a pretty convincing composite with two males and one female.